Hello, my friends. Let's talk career, business, and financial safety. In a business setting, there are many times emotional problems that can create intense feelings of fear, anger, sadness, guilt. Let's explore some of these issues. Fear often comes from uncertainty or threats, maybe layoffs, relocations, changes in management, could be all on the list because they make people anxious about their job security. Anger may stem from unfairness, discrimination. Sadness can result from burnout or feeling undervalued. Guilt usually happens when someone, usually in the management or leadership, feels responsible for others' problems, which might come up in roles like HR or management. Fear often comes from uncertainty or threats. Uncertainty is a big one, isn't it? Maybe layoffs, relocations, changes in management. And nowadays, the threat of automation and AI replacing humans could be on the list because they make people anxious about their job security. Anger may stem from unfairness or discrimination, injustice, and things like micromanagement. Sadness can result from burnout or feeling undervalued. Guilt usually happens when someone feels responsible for others' problems, which might come up in, as I mentioned a moment ago, in roles like HR or the management itself, where leaders feel responsible for their team's well-being. I mean, this happens all the time. Now, reorganization or relocation, that's another big issue. Organizational restructuring, mergers, office relocations can cause fear about job security, workflow disruption, loss of familiar routines. This happens all the time. Overwork, long hours can lead to burnout, feelings of isolation, sadness due to strained personal relationships, because the work problems, we take them with us at home. Now, workplace harassment can cause deep emotional harm, leading to sadness, sometimes even depression. Now, managers often feel guilty when they have to make tough decisions that negatively impact others. Overpromising now and under-delivering. And this is mostly hitting the salespeople or leaders who overcommit and may feel guilt if they cannot meet expectations, harming trust with clients or with their team members. So it's more than just personal not well-being. This can lead to conflicts, personal conflicts, work conflicts. And here, the big issue is values. Values is an issue that is so overlooked everywhere in the world because people have values, but not all people's values are the same. Understanding how people think and what motivates them, their personal, deep, unconscious motivation makes a total difference. And if that's misunderstood, what's happening? People fire back at each other. And then the focus shifts on the problems rather than finding solutions. By using, for example, the negotiation model. We have a negotiation model that we teach. And we had several students who have made a career using the negotiation model from the Master Practitioner. For example, I'll give you an example. Sue, she used to work for the Department of Defense, has shortened the mediation time, which usually will take up to several months, to just a few weeks. So much so that she was invited overseas to teach and train others in the same model. Now, what does it do for the company? In this case was the Department of Defense. But the conflicts that can be mediated easier. Another one of our graduates, Donna, she has made a whole career by using just one of the techniques that shows people how not to get caught in a specific little box and see the whole picture. Automatically, this gave people a completely different capacity to see and take decisions and make decisions based on the whole picture rather than just a few details. Pete is a healthcare provider. He's an osteopathic doctor. He learned timeline therapy techniques. And doing them conversationally with his patients, he helped them to get unstuck from a negative emotional state now. And you say, okay, no big deal, but it is. Because he noticed that most of his patients' problems, aside from the physiological symptoms, always had a slew of negative emotions associated with a health condition. Isn't that interesting? And he assisted people to let go of those negative emotions. Not only they were happier, but their healing capacity sped up and their health returned with greater speed. Greater speed that they had far more energy for healing, which before was used with the negative emotions. When timeline therapy allows you to let go of past negative emotions that are accumulated and can, in certain situations, even lead to disease. Now, I want to say I'm not a medical doctor. So if you have a health condition, please go consult a licensed healthcare practitioner. That being said, we had very, very good experiences in the training room when we had lots of people who got rid of 20 years of chronic pain. Esther was one of our students, and she said, after doing timeline therapy, while I was so depressed and angry, I felt like it was an infinite loop out of which I could not see any exit. My life was just in a loop. I would just break out of one and then the other and again and again and again. But after doing the breakthrough session using timeline therapy and values, she said, I finally found the exit. I feel free and capable. I can now have my life, the one I want to live. It's back. See, all in all, because of the stress we all experienced during the years of COVID, and now with the changes happening in our economy and politics, and more the introduction of AI, the automation, leaves people very stressed, very worried, very anxious. In this situation, it's even hard to take decisions and find solutions because your mind is caught in that morass of negative emotions and fears. That being said, another one of our graduates, Max, he became a fully certified coach, has found a niche for himself, assisting people that have lost their jobs to reconstruct their lives better than before. Specifically, how to transition to something else that gives those people financial safety as well as satisfaction. Now, I'd say that's phenomenal. There are always solutions, my friends, always opportunities, but we cannot continue to look for them where they used to be in the past. We cannot continue to do the old things. The whole world society is suffering a big shakeup, mainly because of the incredible leaps forward in technology. But with the changes, they come opportunities. Opportunities are always present. However, regardless of your age or background, doesn't matter. You need to be prepared with new skills to grasp those opportunities and make the most of them. I would like to invite you to join me at the NLP Master Practitioner. First of all, I absolutely believe it's the best investment you ever made because you're investing in yourself. Puts you in the place of creating prosperity in your life in a whole new way. Give you the power to have control over your life, regardless of the changes occurring. You get unfrozen. You get moving forward. So I'm looking forward to see you there and share with you a set of skills that will make you feel much better, free yourself from anxiety or all other negative emotions, create more safety and stability in your life, and create a new source of income for yourself, if you so choose.